In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, the Persian Gulf is once again turning into a battlefield. Oil tankers, warship, missile, drones, and now America is preparing to relaunch something called Project Freedom. Sounds heroic, right? But aren't you wondering what it really is? Well, it is a US military naval operation designed to escort commercial ships very safely through one of the world's most dangerous waterway, the Strait of Hormuz. Well, this tiny strip of water controls nearly 20% of the global oil trade. If Hormuz stops, the world economy shakes. Petrol prices rise, market panics, shipping freezes. Now tensions are rising again between America, Iran, Gulf nations, and Israel. According to multiple reports, Iran had effectively turned parts of the waterway unsafe after continued US-Israeli military strikes. And that is when Washington launched Project Freedom. The mission began with a stranded cargo vessel called Alliance Fairfax. Now, for more than 2 months, that particular ship reportedly could not safely cross the Gulf. Then, American destroyers and helicopters stepped in. US military officials radioed, "You're all set to go. Safe travel." Sounds calm, right? But within hours, everything exploded. Iran reportedly launched missiles and drones across the Gulf. Commercial ships were attacked, oil infrastructure was hit, shipping lanes turned into combat zones. In fact, oil facilities in UAE, it was reportedly blasted. A Chinese tanker, it caught fire. South Korean and French operated ships, they were also damaged. Suddenly, the whole world realized that this is no longer just a regional conflict. This is now becoming a global trade crisis. And then came another shock. Saudi Arabia and Kuwait reportedly restricted some US military access temporarily. Now that created panic inside Washington because without Gulf cooperation, America cannot properly protect shipping routes, right? Now, after high-level calls between Mr. Trump and Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, the access has reportedly been restored. And now Project Freedom, it may return within days. But the bigger question is this: how long before one missile, one drone, one wrong move turns the whole Gulf into a full-scale war zone? Because history is repeating itself. In 1980s tanker war, if you remember, America escorted ships through these same waters. And today, the same ghosts are back. In the third major development in the US, back in the US, Mr. Trump has now suffered a major legal setback. Mr. Trump, he promised America economic nationalism, higher tariffs, trade wars, America first. But now an American court has reportedly ruled that Trump's new 10% global tariff, they were illegal. And this is huge because tariffs are not just taxes. They affect global trade, factories, jobs, and entire economies. Trump has used a law from 1974, by the way, to justify his tariffs. In fact, his administration argued that America faced very dangerous tariff deficit. But critics said that this is not an emergency, and now the court appears to agree. In a split 2-1 ruling, judges said that Mr. Trump incorrectly used the decades-old law. The ruling, it currently applies only to those who challenge the administration in the court. But politically, the damage, it's massive because Mr. Trump has built much of his economic image around fighting China, imposing tariff, and protecting American manufacturing. Now, opponents are calling this executive overreach. Businesses are confused, importers are worried, markets are watching very nervously, and Mr. Trump's legal team, it now might be appealing this whole ruling. But the bigger story is this: America's trade war politics are becoming unstable again. One court ruling and billions of dollars suddenly hang in uncertainty.